This is Zanshin. Kept the eyes on the opponent, didn't kind of try to push past and get stuck like this, and then forced the way past it and into the distance like this, all right? I know that is the sort of conventional teaching that we have to hit and go past for Zanshin, but I'm sorry, I just think it's wrong because it doesn't manifest in higher level Kendo, right? So how can it be right? There's a good example, okay? Both of them do men. This way, turn around, they don't break eye contact. This is what, you know, this is correct. And look, I'm telling you, you can write in the comments, whoever's watching this, my sensei says you have to cut past and stuff like that. Fine, fine. They might say that. And they might say, well, do your grading like that. Are you telling me this guy, or either of these guys, go in a Shodan exam, the one you just did, and they're going to fail because they didn't turn their back on their opponent? Of course they're not. Of course they're not, right? Because they're doing it right. Yeah? So, obviously, I'm not saying ignore your sensei or something like that, but we have to make some sort of move away from this kind of wrong idea that we have, that you have to hit and then run with your back to your opponent with no regard from whatsoever. Yeah, because there's nowhere that seems to show that being the correct case. Yeah. Now in Kihon and Uchikomi and in Kirikaishi, we do pass like that, right? And it's a drill, it's an exercise to improve our footwork and our momentum. It's not a manifestation of Zanshin, all right? Zanshin doesn't look like that. It looks like what we're seeing in this video, all right? See how they're keeping a connection with each other. It's not broken, all right? This isn't, I'm not saying this is a perfect example either. It's not a perfect example. But yeah, it's Sandan, right? It's good enough for Sandan. And what I want to get across as well, finally, is, yeah, whether you're going for Shodan, Nidan, or Sandan, think of Sandan as the 100%, all right, the 100 points. And to pass Shodan, you've got to score, let's say, 50 to 60. You pass Nidan, you've got to score 70 to 80. And if you pass Sandan, you've got to score 95 to 100. Let's think of it something like that, all right? That's just rough. I've made that up off the top of my head. So don't go away and quote that to anyone. I just made it up right now. But that's the kind of idea, yeah, the impression I want you to have. It's not that, right, for Shodan, you have to do X. For Nidan, you have to do Y, and for Sandan, you have to do Z. You know, it's not like that, right? The criteria is the same for all three. It's just you've got to demonstrate it at a higher level, right? So you don't have to do, X, Y, Z. I sometimes hear this sort of, I'm going off on a rant now, so I'll wrap this up in a sec, but I sometimes hear this like, oh, for Nidan, you have to do Nidan Waza, because some people like get confused with the two terms, Nidan Waza and Nisandan Waza. It's not connected. Or like, oh, for Yondan, you have to do Kaishi Do. It's like, what? Where does it say that? Nowhere. So don't there's a lot of fake news out there on these sort of grading things, but the easiest way is watch these things, watch examples like this, and you'll get the answers that are in there for you. All right, and I'm here to stand in the middle and hopefully act as a bit of a bridge between it all.